Hey guys, Saga here, and today's video is going to be a mashup of every small thing that has really improved my play, but that does not solicit its own video. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, Mei can change her ice wall from a horizontal orientation to a vertical one by pushing the button a second time. You can also cancel it with your right mouse button. If you're throwing up a wall to jump up on something, and you're at the apex, the second you jump off, you can cancel it, because when you cancel it, it will start the cooldown refresh timer. I'm sure by now everyone's well aware that Hanamura has this back path. What a lot of people don't realize is that Mei can use it too. Actually a bunch of ways to build this wall, and you can do it both ways. If you want more info on that, I did make a video about this a long time ago. You can check that out. Also, here's a quick Let's You Use path for Genji or Pharah. Run in through this door. Once you get in here, say if somebody's on you and you can't fight, you need to get away, shoot over this wall, and you're on this side. You can get health packs and then return to the fight. Okay, quick trick for Widowmaker on Hollywood. I think everyone knows setting up here on defense is a good idea, as it gives you a chance to hold this area while throwing Widow Mine over here to control that space. You're only really worried about this doorway here and then the right-hand side, and your Venom Mine alerts you to the right-hand side. So what a lot of people don't realize, that a good way to deal with the enemy Widowmaker is to throw your hook onto this palm tree, jump shot, and then trick shot her. Okay, here's a quick tip for Junkrat on the last push in King's Row. I like to set up here. I like to drop a trap here in case somebody comes for you. And I like to hang out on this down slant. This down slant's important because it keeps enemy fire away from you while you're able to return fire. Now look at where these grenades are landing. This is right in the enemy path. You can spray them around. You can adjust your position a little. And once they get to this final stretch, if it's like, you know, the absolute last push, you can start bouncing grenades off of here, all without ever revealing yourself to the enemy team. This is one of the few times that I actually recommend remaining prone. It's really hard to get to Junkrat. He can defend himself really well. If you come after him, you've got a trap to dodge, and he's able to throw grenades and throw bombs. It's nasty. Zenyatta can be knocked off the map during his ult if you reflect a Roadhog ult at it. Alright, so by now everyone knows about the Volskaya back path and all the characters you can take it with. But let's say you're jumping back there and there happens to be an enemy waiting for you. There's an alternative path. Jump, jump, hit the wall, go over the roof, and you land here. You can obviously take this path with Pharah as well. And if you're feeling like a total badass, you can also do it with Widowmaker. I gotta warn you that hook is really exact. If you miss the roof, you will die. Also, here's a back path that's totally worth using as Pharah and as Genji. This is especially useful if somebody wants to contest you over here. You can actually just float in. You don't need to use your E in order to do it. And it's actually better to do it that way, because if you float in, then you have the E available to punish anybody who tries to contest you on this area. Quick walking paths here. Here, here, and the lesser known path to get to the high ground is here. It's only usable with 76 for rocket jumping. Go ahead, go here. Also with 76 and rocket jumping, I'm sure everybody's heard of it before, but I don't think everybody knows how to do it properly. You can rocket jump, and that will get you some extra air, but you can also rocket jump. And then dash afterward, and that will get you a lot more air. Alright, a series of quick tips for Ana. First, you want to be shooting mostly unscoped. Unscoped is better. When you zoom in, your weapon performs this hit scan. When it's zoomed out, it's projectile. Projectile actually takes longer to get there, so you would think that zooming in would be better, but that's not the case because you can't see the rest of the battlefield. And because Ana doesn't require perfect accuracy all of the time, you can kind of just flick to your target. Shooting unscoped is almost always the preferable method, unless you're making a very long-range shots. I'd say about 90% of my shots are done unscoped as Ana. Second tip for Ana, when you throw the healing grenade straight up in the air, it comes down and explodes like a firework. Isn't that lovely? Third tip is Ana, if a Reinhardt is charging a member of your team with about the same lead distance as you would do for a hook to stop a charging Reinhardt with a member of your team, you can also sleep dart them. Practice this, you will save so many lives. Third and final tip, if you're fighting somebody over a pit, do not be afraid to use your sleep dart as a chance to insta-kill them. I cannot tell you how many Pharahs and Winstons I have slept mid-jump or mid-air, and it is absolutely hilarious. It will make you feel better as a person. You'll probably feel like your life is validated. Maybe you'll discover a new hobby or do that thing you've been meaning to do. I mentioned this, I think, 2 videos ago in the Ana guide, but if you are the recipient of a nano boost and you are playing as Reinhardt, make sure that if there's an enemy Reinhardt on the team, to shield first, because they are going to Earth Shatter you, I promise. Just shield the Earth Shatter and then kill the whole team. You can throw a flashbang over Reinhardt's shield to stun him even when he has his shield up. If he adjusts and decides to angle his shield upward to block the flashbang, you can actually throw it underneath. Also, when dueling a Genji, if Genji has Reflect Up, you can throw the flashbang to the side of him and he will get stunned by the grenade. One last tip, I recommend that you guys go into the options here and switch your sight to either the green dot or the green crosshair, the short crosshair, or the yellow dot or the yellow short crosshair, because I think they are by far the best sights in the game. They make it really easy to concentrate on what you're doing. Also turn bloom off, it's useless and distracting. And it just makes it a lot easier to aim when you really fixate on a point. I remember I was so wowed at my performance increase when I switched to a green dot sight from the default. But now I think green dot's actually the harder of them to see, and I've gone to the yellow. And I'll update you if I decide to change in the future. So this is just the first of a series of tip mashup videos that I plan on doing. The reason I didn't include all the additional ones that I already have written down in this video is because I wanted to get footage for it to better articulate the different tips. I recently had to delete a lot of footage because I needed space on my computer, and as a result I don't have a lot of footage ready at hand with examples. Also, if you guys decide to join in, I really want the second mashup video to involve community suggestions. If you guys have a small tip, nothing too long, I don't want a paragraph or anything, but if you guys have a small tip that you think helped you get a lot better, tell me and I'll include it in the next video. Alright guys, if you like my content, please subscribe. I'll see you next time.